Basically, when at the last Olympics and at the Olympics before that in Japan, snowboarding was new to the Olympic scene, and FIS is they move slowly on things. They don't jump ahead really fast. I guess that's good in some ways and bad in some others. Of course, when you're wanting things to change quickly, it's bad. Anyway, the way it was they required riders to attend a certain amount of World Cups and build up their FIS points profile. And the reason was that they wanted to make sure that all the riders that attended the Olympics were top-notch riders and that the sport was represented in the best possible way. So it seemed like a restrictive measure then, but really it was for the good. It worked out well, and the fields were good and strong at the Olympics. That was the way we had to earn them. You had to build your points profile, going World Cup after World Cup, and it was kind of laborious, and few people understood it. Anyway, there was a movement all along to simplify it, and we finally basically won out. Not only because of the persistence of the movement, but also because the officials at FIS looked at the sport, looked at the coverage it got at Salt Lake, looked at the level of riding and said, snowboarding's here. We don't need to have this earning thing anymore. We'll just give snowboard countries a maximum team size and they can fill it however they want. So now it's much more simple. Now we just require that any U.S. rider that wants to go to the Olympics scores a top 25 at any World Cup that they can get to or that they're able to compete in. Once they get that, they're good to go. Then they qualify in their own country, and again through the Grand Prix, top 4 men, top 4 women will go to the Olympics. The only bad thing about the maximum team size thing, it's a move in the right direction, but this year they added border cross, which is a whole new sport, but they didn't increase the maximum team size. So the maximum team size was originally made because we had GS and halfpipe, 4 men, 4 women for each discipline, team size of 16. Now we've added border cross, but they didn't increase the maximum team size. And the reason, I'm sure there's a million of them, but the big stated reason is that Bardonecchia, Italy in 2006, where the snowboard events are held, just isn't capable of the lodging. And even though it seems like a small matter to add 8 riders per country on, when you multiply it times 30 nations, it kind of adds up. And Bardonecchia is a very small place. So they kept the maximum team size the same, which is a bummer, but not so much of a bummer for us in the halfpipe world. The way that we divvy up the team spots of the 16 is based on what the likelihood of us winning medals are in any given discipline. And I think everyone agrees that halfpipe has the greatest chance of winning medals, multiple medals in fact, which we did at Salt Lake, and which we're definitely gunning for again in Italy. So we're expecting to send 4 men and 4 women for halfpipe, and then the other 8 spots will be divided up between parallel GS and border cross. Most likely it'll be like a 2 men, 2 women for each of those disciplines. Although, don't quote me on that, or you can quote me on that, but may they be that way or it may not be. But I'm pretty sure we'll have 4 men and 4 women. Yeah, if you're interested, if you want to educate yourself about any of this, and I definitely encourage you to, because it's a lot to absorb, and everything I've just said, it's hard for me to even. But our website, ussnowboarding.org, has all the information on it, links that'll hook you up with the different facets of it. It's pretty self-explanatory, but ussnowboarding.org.